All right, so this is actually our last lesson in chapter 7. This is lesson 7.5. And our essential question is, how can you identify numbers that are 10 more or 10 less than a number? So since you guys can't use these, we're going to draw pictures, okay? So this is important right here for you guys to look at. In one pack, we have 10 markers. Sorry, having some technical difficulties here. There we go. Okay. So it says, read the following problem. Tony has 2 boxes of markers. So we know one box is 10. So if Tony has 2 boxes, that means he has 2 10s, right? Because we know one box of markers is 10. So we have 10, 20. So Tony has 2 boxes of markers and 2 more markers. So then we have our ones. We just have those spare markers over there. 1 marker, 2 markers. Pat has 10 fewer. So fewer means less. So Pat has 10 fewer markers than Tony. So here's Pat. If she has 10 fewer, I can just take 1 10 away. So this is how many Pat has. So I'm going to draw that here. All right, and it says Jan has 10 more markers than Tony. So how can I do that? That's right, I can just add another 10 here. So here we go. We know Tony has this many, but we know Jan has 10 more than Tony, right? So let's draw another 10. There we go. How many markers do each of them have? So let's start with Pat. We know we have 1 10 and 2 1s. So we can count 10, 11, 12. So Pat has 12. So let's go to Tony. We have 10, 20, 21, 22. Are you guys noticing a pattern here? Let's look at Jan. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. So look, it ended up, here's Pat with 12, Tony with 22, and Jan with 32. So we started out with figuring out how much Tony had. Tony started out with 22. Pat had 10 less, and Jan had 10 more. So look, we figured out 10 fewer than 22 and 10 greater than 22. Why? Sorry. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's turn to the next page. So I want to focus in on this example for you guys to see. And get that out of the way. All right. And focus, focus, focus. I'm sorry, you guys. We're having a little difficulties focusing today. There we go. All right. So I'm starting out with 33. Okay. So I want 10 fewer or 10 less than 33 and 10 more than 33. So if I'm starting out here, let's do less than, because less than is a little bit easier. So if I want 10 less, all I have to do is take 1 away, right? And that's what they're showing you in this bubble. They just took this one away right here. So now I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 is 10 less than 33. Now, if we're trying to find 10 more, we have to add on to it, right? We're not taking away, we're adding on. So here's what we originally start with, and then I can just add a 10 on, right? So now I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. So we know that 43 is 10 more than 33. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on down here. Hopefully this won't unfocus again. All right, so you can use mental math or you can draw pictures. There's pictures drawn for you for numbers 1 and 2. And then the other ones are asking you to use mental math, but you can use scratch paper or draw on the side if you can draw small enough to help you solve these problems. So we want to write 10 less than the number and 10 more than the number shown. So for number 1, we're starting out with 70. So we have 70 here. So like I said, 10 less is easy because we can just, let's take 1 away. So how many do we have now? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 10 less than 70 is 60. Now to get 10 more, we need to add another 10 here, right? So let's count now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Here's a different way you can solve this, and that's where we're talking about the mental math. So I have 70. What's 1 less than 7? 6, right? What's 1 more than 7? 8. So 10 less than 70 is 60. 10 more than 70 is 80. I want to skip down to number 3 real fast. Let's see if we can do the same thing. So what's 1 more than 5? That'd be 6. Or sorry, I'm going the wrong way, you guys. What's 1 less than 5? 4. And we keep this the same. What's 1 more than 5? And then we're keeping the ones the same. So that's what we're talking about in mental math, knowing that we can just go from 58 and 10 fewer is 48 and 10 more is 68. So let's go back up to 2 and using these to solve our problem. So we have 41, which is shown here. So let's just take 1 away for 10 less and count. We have 10, 20, 30, 31. So 10 less than 41 is 31. So to get 10 more, we have to draw 1 more 10 here. So now we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51. Okay, so I'm going to try some mental math here. So what's 1 less than 6? And we're going to keep this. So we have 56. And then what's 1 more than 6? 7. Right, 7. We're going to keep this one. So 10 less than 66 is 56, and 10 more is 76. So let's say we want to keep drawing our little pictures. I can do them real small right here. So 24, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so for 10 less, let me take 1 away. So now I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For 10 more, I'm just going to add 1 more 10 here and then count. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So 10 less than 24 is 14, and 10 more is 34. All right, let's do some mental math over here. So 86. What's 1 less than this 8 here? Because this is our tens place, so we're going to go down 1 tens place. So we take 1 10 away from this 8, which stands for 80. We're going to get 70, right? So a 7 there. We're going to keep this same number in the ones place. So 10 less than 86 is 76. If I were to add another 10 to this 80, what's 10 more from 80? 96. Okay. All right, let's draw this one out. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay. Here's 37. If I want 10 less, I just take 1 10 away. So now I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And then if I want 10 more, I add another 10 here and I count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. There you go. All right, so let's do 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 10 less, we just take this 10 away and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want 10 more, we're going to add one more 10 and we're going to count. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right. All right, so here we are using our mental math. All right, so we have 39. So what's one? Remember, this 3 represents 30 because we're talking about 3 tens, right? So what's 10 less than 30? Or we could even say what's 1 less than 3 because we're taking 1 10 out. That's right, we would have 20 and we're keeping this here. Okay, and then let's do it the other direction, 10 more. So 1 more than 3, or adding 1 more 10 would turn this 3 into a 4, and we're keeping this here. We would do the same thing here. The 6 represents 60, right? So if I do 1 less here, take 1 10 out, this 6 turns into a 5. We keep this the same. Now if I'm adding 1 more 10 in here, this 6 turns into a 7, and I keep this number in the ones place the same. Okay, so 10 less, 10 more. So 10 less, or if I take 1 10 out of this, I get, keep the same, 73. 10 more. All right, so this one's a little bit different. We're starting out with the 10 less. So if I know this is 10 less than this mystery number here, I know I need to add 10 to this. So let me look here. I know this is a 1, so if I add 1 more into this 10's place, I'll have a 2 there, and this one stays the same, so 21. Then we do 10 more than 21, so more, we have 31. Here's another different one. This one we're starting out with the 10 more. So that means we need to subtract going this way. So I take 1 out of this 10's place. That leaves me with 16. And then even I have 10 less than this one, so I have to take 10 more out of this. So if I take 1 out of here, that leaves me with what in this 10's place? Leaves me with 0 there, so that means I just have this 6. All right, so I want you to complete this chart here, numbers 1 through 6. Yep, numbers 1 through 6. And then I want you to go ahead and do the Chapter 7 review test and tell me what results you got. Have your parents give you this test and send me your results because I want to know how well you understood these lessons. Here's a thumbs up. All right. Again, the answer sheet will be posted on Class Dojo. Bye, you guys.